20 years ago, a group of Tasmanian musicians captured the imagination of classical music fans around the world. The Tasmanian Symphony Chamber players won an ARIA for their recording of Vivaldi's Four Seasons. To mark the 20-year milestone, another group of Tasmanians are following in their footsteps. Virtuosi Tasmania's new recording captures highlights of the group's live show and contains works of Mozart, Handel and Puccini. The group's aiming to match the runaway success of the 1989 recording. Jonathan Gould reports.
20 years ago, the Tasmanian Symphony Chamber players took over Government House to record Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Steve Martin was a part of the original group, which won over the harshest critics.
Laurie Strawn in The Australian, his article began, "Yet another recording of Vivaldi's Four Seasons landed on my desk. What to do?" So he said, "I'll put it on, and I've got to tell you, this is the best one yet." And the whole thing just exploded then. All the critics wanted to listen to it.
The recording won an ARIA and inspired a generation of classical musicians. It also attracted one of Australia's brightest opera stars to the state.
It gave me the opinion that I still hold, that Tasmania, and people will debate this and I don't care, is the cultural capital of Australia.
Now a new crop of musicians want to replicate the runaway success of the 1989 CD. Virtuosi Tasmania are made up of members of the Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra. They've teamed up with Annalisa Kerrigan to record their own piece of Tasmanian music history. She's sung in front of Prince Charles, at the Sydney Opera House, even at the Australian Formula One Grand Prix.
She's a real dynamo. She's a pocket rocket. She's fantastic. She has a great wealth of experience.
Once again, the Government House Ballroom was the recording venue.
The actual acoustic in there I think is the finest in Australia, without a doubt actually, is the finest in Australia. The crystal chandeliers particularly, strangely, give it this extra vibe, this shine.
Excellent, well done. The Governor and his wife were on hand to launch the 2009 release. They were also available to provide unique support for the musicians during their marathon recording sessions.
The Governor came down in his bathrobe at one point to serve us all coffee, which I thought was quite unusual.
The new CD was inspired by two statewide tours by Virtuosi Tasmania. The size of the group allowed people in smaller communities to hear the state's best musicians.
It's something we can do in Tasmania. It's that boutique thing we have with our art, with our wine, with our food, and it's the same with our music.
While travelling the Tasmanian landscape, Annalisa Kerrigan fell in love with what she saw. So much so that the Melbourne-based soprano hopes to move to Hobart early next year to play a bigger part in Tasmania's music scene.
I love coming down here. I'm looking for a house to buy down here. So if I end up coming to live here, it'll be more. But I hope that Virtuosi and I particularly have a long-standing relationship with more recordings coming up. We're thinking of doing a Mozart one, and we've got more touring next year. So we'll just see how it goes.